Blame Truth here, and isn't it kind of funny that that's my name? Isn't that funny? When I started this YouTube channel in like 2007, 2008, I had no intention of eventually covering this company that made Call of Duty being just narcissists and pathological liars. But here I am. My name is like, I feel like a superhero in a way, a weird way. But like, I'm calling out a company that is worse than EA, worse than Ubisoft, pretty much the worst, most dishonest publisher, game company, whatever, studio, dev teams, whatever, in the entire gaming sphere. It's funny how that works, isn't it? It's almost like, I don't know, I was born to do this or something. And I am here to show you more lies and more bullshit from these grimy little fuckers. This is going to be a weird video because I'm actually going to do something I've never done. And what that is we're going to go back to the past. I'll explain in a bit. But first, let's cover the present and the future a little bit, okay? Let's start off with this bullshit right here because I don't have time to waste because I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So first things first, let's just get right on into the meat and potatoes. Let's cover this blatant lie. Charlie Intel says on Twitter, and 15,000 fucking moronic suckers like the tweet. He says, if you're a fan of Black Ops 2, especially Black Ops 2 competitive, you'll have a good time in Black Ops 7. So says the Treyarch Associate Design Director. I'm sorry. Who is that? Who is that? Who is the Treyarch Associate Design Director? And why haven't they been speaking to us for the past 8 months? Who even is it? Is that your birth name? If I check your fucking birth certificate, am I going to see Treyarch, first name, middle name Associate Design, last name Director? You fucking clown. Who even is that? Rolo, of course, says, yeah, and I'm the president of the United States. Oh, but that's not all. Ghost of Hope, a prominent leaker, had this to say, calling this out because it's, quite frankly, just not true. He says, I'm actually so curious how this could possibly be true if the game has a bunch of doors, small maps, tax sprint, unsatisfying score streaks, gunsmith, etc., like BO6 does. Spoilers, it has all those things because Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7 is just one game split into two for maximum motherfucking profit with the least amount of effort. And it's going to have more AI than ever. More AI than ever. I mean, I wish we could just do this. I wish we could do this like other gamers with an actual backbone could. But the Call of Duty community are a bunch of pussy-whipped fucking moronic virgins. So they're not going to do shit. They're going to sit there, spread their ass cheeks. They're going to massage their little chocolate starfish and say, give me more, Daddy Activision. Well, I don't do that. I call shit out because I'm a man. All right? Look at this. This is from an article. This legit happened. Bullying works once again. Jurassic World Evolution 3 is ditching its AI-generated scientist portraits after receiving backlash for sparing the wrong expense. The whole article is basically in the title there, but Jurassic World Evolution 3 had AI-generated scientist portraits, and that was it. That was the only AI in the game. The fans of the game bullied these motherfuckers until they changed it. Why can't the Call of Duty community do the same? If you actually like the game, why don't you grow some fucking balls and speak up? Man, like what is wrong with you people? I mean, way worse things are found currently in Black Ops 6. AI is all over the place, and it's still there. They're still doing it. They won't even acknowledge it because they're dishonest. I mean, that's not the only thing they're dishonest about. I'm going to get into a lot of stuff they are dishonest about. And this should just be an eye-opener. I want the stuff that follows what I'm saying here really be an eye-opener. I'm not going to tell you not to buy Black Ops 7. I'm going to say not to believe a single word that comes out of their mouth, please. That's the only thing I ask of you. Can you please do that? Don't believe anything. And I have proof. I have so much proof to show you. I was hard at work going through my old videos and stuff like that to bring you what I'm going to show you. And I'll get to it right after a brief word from this video's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Fume, the good habit. Now, one of my bad habits is sometimes I like to drink a little bit too much soda before going to sleep. I then wake up in the middle of the night. It feels like Mike Tyson is using my bladder as a speed bag. I then have to get up, and I usually step on the can that I opened up before I went to bed, spilling delicious soda everywhere. You know what? Regardless, that's a habit I need to kick. Sadly, I don't think there's anything really to help me with that, but Fume is here to help you with vaping and other bad habits that can hurt your health and wallet in the long run. There is no vapor and no nicotine, just flavor with Fume. Instead of inhaling these harsh chemicals, you simply breathe in natural, non-toxic flavors that satisfy the cravings without the downside. Fume is great if you are a fidgeter. A lot of you guys are looking like Ricky Bobby out there with your hands. Fume helps you curb that bad habit as well and gives you something just to keep your fingers occupied. And don't worry, guys, Fume feels premium. This isn't some cheap thing. This is like real wood, great high-quality build, sleek aesthetics, you name it, Fume's got it. So guys, over 500,000 people have already made the switch to Fume as part of their habit change journey. If you're ready to try it for yourself, now is the time. For a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack using my code BLAMETRUTH, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to help level up your experience. So click the link in the video description or the pinned comment, or scan the QR code on the screen to get yours today. Alright guys, welcome back to the video, and thank you to Fume for sponsoring this yet again. Another bad habit you guys can kick, maybe after watching this video, is not buying Call of Duty every single year. At the very least, skip some years for the love of God. Anyway, I'm here to cover some lies before I get into some past lies. I had to do a lot of watching of my own content to bring you guys these examples, so hopefully you like this sort of video. It's kind of a retrospect. We're going to reference some old commentaries from the past several years. Should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. But let me show you some lies, two gigantic lies from just this past year. I mean, there's a lot, but let's cover these two specifically, one of which got community noted. I loved this when it happened. It was so funny. But do you guys remember the erroneous visual blood splatter, visual blood effects tweet or whatever it was? Let's bring it up and show you. Call of Duty Update said, and this is back in, I think, December of 2024, we've identified an issue that could result in erroneous visual blood effects when damage was not actually dealt while shooting at enemies in all modes. It's bad hit detection or it's skill-based damage or something, but it's not that what they said. They got community noted. There's a hit registration issue in Warzone. On the client side, it's displayed that shots hit enemies, showing the visual effects of blood, but servers don't register them as valid hits. Therefore, the error lies in the unregistered hit and not on the visual blood effect. You think that's bad? Let's consult what they said before launch in relation to skins carrying over. There were quite a few goofy skins in Modern Warfare 3 especially. But with Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, skins, bundles, stuff like that carry forward. When asked about that for Black Ops 6, look what these stupid narcissists had to say. Carry forward content in Black Ops 6. We want to make sure that everybody starts fresh together as we move into an all-new experience with the launch of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Huh? Why not with Modern Warfare 3 then? It's not a new experience either. It's on the same damn engine. Allowing everyone to experience the Black Ops universe the way it's meant to be played. What? Learning the era-specific weapons and gear, learning the gameplay innovations like Omni movement, and keeping that signature Black Ops style is important. It must not be that important because when I log on now, I am assaulted! My eyes are assaulted by cringy, stupid, fucking bullshit! Like, it's a complete and utter lie to get you to buy the game, and then they bait and switch it and make the game for little Timmy No Thumbs and his 12-year-old special ed buddy, Billy Goat 57, who have access to their mom's credit card! This is such an egregious lie. Let this set the tone for what is about to happen as you see the stupid stuff I covered in the last video pop up on screen to show that no, this is not some era-specific weapons and gear. This is not a signature Black Ops style. This is complete and utter disrespect to anyone with a working, functioning brain that has an IQ higher than my current thermostat settings. And let me tell you, I keep it a little cold in the summer because, man, it is hot right now. 69, baby. All right. So, with all that said, I gathered a bunch of old clips, and this was actually more work than me just making a new commentary. I gathered a bunch of old clips to show you guys just them lying over the years. I mean, this goes back to 2021, I want to say. So let's kind of go in sequential order. I'll just show you guys all they have lied about over the years. You can be the judge on if you want to trust them or not, but just seeing that carry forward content thing should be enough for you to never trust these fuckers again. With that said, let's play some old footage. Let me know if you guys dig this sort of thing. This was kind of hard to do because I don't really label my content. I had to just go back and watch a bunch of videos today. It took several hours to kind of get where I wanted to go. But thankfully, they've lied so much. I had so much like I could pull from. But like I guarantee I missed like probably 10, 12 videos, maybe even more, where they've just egregiously lied to us. But either way, let's roll that footage. I'll section this off and give you guys the details of each individual clip before they play. And then I'll come back at the end to kind of wrap things up. Let's just consult the Reddit thread here about Double XP. So Mongo Life 45 says Double XP is live, more like half dead. Same fake Double XP as before, getting 1.5 XP in DOS House and literally less weapon XP in shipment than without the 2x bonus. All week I was getting a proper 1.25x in shipment, that's with surplus and operator bonuses. Now it's back to the freaking 0.8 to 1.1, same as last weekend. 2x weekend tokens actually get you less weapon XP in shipment than without them. I am not joking. And he goes on to say that the update removed the last remnants of any details in the summary screen. It's now just a copy of the scoreboard, but without any captures. They already nerfed the score breakdown a week ago. Now it's just gone. They are pretty serious about obfuscating the actual bonus XP you get from challenges, bonus tokens, etc. Mind you, they found the time to censor the match summary multiple times, just not the 50+ bugs. But wait. It gets worse. It gets worse. So, Mad Flava says, shit, how hard is it to code in 2-star total weapon XP into their game? Like, that's just a line of code. You know, you put it in. It should be simple math, right? But Alfine says, it's intentional. Advertising it as double XP gets more people playing the game, since they want player retention and not players quitting the game. After maxing weapons, they set it to 1.2x to 1.5x so people spend more time in the game. And King of Yoda says, makes sense. They did this with CW too. In MW, I remember I leveled up the AS Val and got gold in under 5 hours. But it's 5+ hours in Cold War, and the grind for gold was a whole different thing. And in Vanguard, every gun goes to 70 levels. They want player retention, and hence the deliberate grind. Alright, anyway, someone sent me this on Twitter, and it basically just said, look at all of the promises that Infinity Ward didn't deliver upon. I mean, check this out. This is directly from Call of Duty, Infinity Ward, the whole fucking Activision merry band of morons. Check this out. In addition to daily challenges, there is an assortment of multiplayer and special ops career challenges at launch. That's what it says right here. Some of these, such as match wins and kills, will come naturally by simply playing the game. Others, such as earning kills with a specific weapon category or getting long shots, may involve changing your play style. In multiplayer, Career Challenge may have several milestone steps, which awards XP and may also grant calling cards. Untrue, no calling cards. You go into a private match and equip them glitchily without earning them. That's what you do. If you want, you can even continue pushing to fully complete a Career Challenge, which offers additional XP and a calling card. No, it doesn't. Nope. In Special Ops, Career Challenges split into Career Star Unlocks and Intel Collection give a variety of special rewards like Redacted. I don't know if that's true because I don't play Special Ops because it's zombies for fucking special kids. Once Season 1 is live and beyond, expect there to be additional challenges unlocked at prestige level milestones that offer more difficult objectives and XP rewards. And that remains to be seen. I don't know if that's true or not, but look at all the shit we were lied to about. Seriously, guys, we have no combat record. We have no leaderboards. We have no indication on when or if ever we will get them. This guy says, I can't play this game with my friends. I'm a good player, high rank in any FPS game I play. I haven't played COD titles recently, so decided to jump on this one. I really do like it and convinced my friends to buy it. We've been playing throughout the week separately, and I found that I'm in ridiculously difficult lobbies due to my skill level. I can accept that. But what I can't accept is that when we finally find time to jump on together, a Friday night, their experience is ruined because of my skill level. The lobbies they play in compared to me are so drastically different, it frustrates them. They explain that it's probably better off if we stay on together but play separately. I don't blame them. I'm super disappointed. We play Fortnite together just fine. Overwatch pubs are a ton of fun. Battlefield 1 was even amazing. SBMM in pubs when partied? What am I supposed to do? Act like I have no thumbs? Reverse boost? Leave anything skill-based for ranked? Sometimes friends just want to jump on and play to unwind and catch up. You know, I actually have a buddy of mine, and if he's watching this video, I want to shout him out. My buddy Cade. I haven't played with Cade since the full game of Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2 dropped, because I like talking with Cade. When I talk with Cade, I can't hear footsteps in the game. When I talk with Cade and catch up and have a casual conversation with my friend, I'm not trying my hardest, you know? I'm not focused on what I'm doing. I just want to like run and shoot some stuff and have some fun, but I can't because of my skill level. The problem is it takes several games to lower my skill level. And the problem is if it lowers too much or if I get fed up with doing this, it doesn't make me want to like, I don't know, form an MLG goddamn band with Cade and a couple other people. It makes me want to just get off the game. It makes me want to stay in the party and not play the motherfucking game. Can I get an amen there? Does anyone else have this problem? This is the only Call of Duty where I think in a lot of ways it's more beneficial if you play with a party and you mute fucking everybody and you sit in the corner and you listen for the pitter-patter footsteps from Joe Seccot's goddamn size 14 quadruple E combat boots that he gave every single fucking soldier in this game. Why is it like this? I can't talk with my friends. Why? I have to play this game alone like I'm in some kind of fucking purgatory just because I go off with a 74U a game or two. Fuck off! It sucks, and it's dishonest. They don't even acknowledge it. No, they don't acknowledge it. It may as well not exist in this fucking universe. Thanos has snapped it out of existence as far as Activision and the devs go. There's got to be some kind of contract or something where they can't talk about it. That's the only explanation. Like, they signed the contracts for their multi-billion-dollar deals. Devs probably don't get paid that much. They're six-figure deals, we'll say. They signed the contracts for them. And in that contract, it states that you as a dev cannot talk about skill-based matchmaking. If you do talk about skill-based matchmaking in any form, you will be fired on the spot, and Bobby Kotick will come and eat your firstborn child. This video is about Activision lying, and not just Activision lying, but the devs lying. We have gotten to a point where there is not only no communication, but the communication we do get is flat out a lie. So I'm just going to read this right away here. Charlie Intel says, in the sake of transparency, there were discussions on the creator call last week that led many of us to believe more significant changes would happen than what transpired with the update. We were told there were adjustments to TTK, especially close range, but that boiled down to weapon balancing and not actual TTK and health changes. We were told there would be movement improvement and fluidity to sliding, diving, and those ended up being extremely minor. We were also told there would be sliding while firing, but at the end, we're told that this was a miscommunication and not happening. We want what's best for Call of Duty, and we always share our feedback to the devs on everything. What they decide to do with the feedback is up to them. First and foremost, yes, I do correct Charlie Intel's grammar. Was and were. It's a pet peeve of mine. Secondly, what they decide to do with the feedback is jack and shit. Clearly. This is a real thing. They rebranded the original MW2 to Call of Duty COD HQ to hide the negative reviews that plague the store page. Hard to stomach that this company has fallen so far from grace. They're already pushing out another regurgitated remaster to siphon any money from the remaining player base. Not to mention the cannibalistic store that has begun releasing obscure packs to begin pushing away the base audience. Last COD I will ever buy. Imagine having to create a new game page because the launch was so bad to have the review stats physically can't be any better than mixed. And here's probably a fan of mine, 3,000 devs, 3 years of development, 800 million revenue at launch. Instead of removing the anti-fun engagement optimized matchmaking, focusing on bug fixes and upgrading their broken servers, they chose to focus on microtransactions and bundles instead. Almost every single patch brings in more issues than fixes. Don't buy this game or all future COD games. They only care about money, not user experience. Tell me when any of these three people are lying. So let's cover skill-based matchmaking, everyone's favorite topic. As we know, us bitching and pining for them to talk about it for the last 5 years got them to speak up about skill-based matchmaking like last year. Unfortunately, what they told us in that particular blog post was very skewed and could pretty much be described as half-truth, if anything. But we have actually caught them in a verified, bona fide lie. I have a buddy of mine who really breaks down everything pretty scientifically, and he sent me this message about their matchmaking intel blog they did. Now, this is interesting because we've always known they're full of shit when they talk about this. And here's an example. I'm just going to put this weird, stupid graph where they secretly turned off skill-based matchmaking. They used us as guinea pigs for Modern Warfare 3. So they secretly turn off skill-based matchmaking. They don't tell anybody. They select a certain group and turn it off. And that group, ended up quitting more if they were bad. But the percentage... it's so minor. I mean, it's like it's not even 2% per bracket. It's so minor, it may as well not make a difference, but the entire experiment is flawed because you cannot condition a player base to expect a certain sort of matchmaking for literally 5 years. 5 years, turn off that matchmaking. If it's radically different, they're going to notice it and they're going to think something's wrong or something's weird and they're going to quit playing it because it's not their usual consistent experience and you haven't told them why. That's gaslighting. Of course, the higher skill bucket people stayed on more because they're like, oh, finally, I feel like I've broken skill-based matchmaking. That's probably what they thought. But regardless, they use this to explain why they still use skill-based matchmaking. But I got a message from Sub1KD, who is known in the community for breaking stuff down and doing some pretty scientific experiments on all the stuff behind the scenes. And he sent me this. So basically, if all they did was turn off skill, but left the framework otherwise intact, lobbies are still carrying skill distribution, console versus PC / controller versus mouse and keyboard, which carries in 8 skill differences. PC players tend to trend higher skill. M&K players still grinding are going to tend to be higher skill than their KD equivalent controller counterparts, and it still suffers from all the other matchmaking constraints. So really, all they've done is likely unleash a disproportionately higher number of higher skilled players on the general player base versus a truly random matchmaking experience, especially since, as they indicate, they keep a protected bracket intact. They also use the phrase loosen skill brackets, not remove. It's also a 6v6 format, so one good player can absolutely run the table versus Warzone with 120 plus players, so the test is in no way, shape, or form relatable to Warzone, which a lot of people pushing for SBMM try to apply it to. They've been doing this shit since 2019. I want to show you the 2 most egregious examples, and this just sent the community in an absolute uproar when it happened. The first thing that happened was, as we all know, Modern Warfare 2019 came out and just ditched like traditional COD stuff and pissed off, I'd say, over half the player base. And then Joe Secot, the man himself, lies. Here's something from 5 years ago. Pro player Aches, who now works on XDefiant, claiming Joe Secot is lying with regards to Dead Silence and devs working closely with pros to test out what works best. That is a direct quote from Joe Secot. He's working directly with the COD pros to see what works best. Ake says, just so you know, that quote regarding Dead Silence and working closely with pros is an absolute lie. Unbelievable. They probably will fix it because they legit have to. It makes the game nearly unplayable. They never fixed it, by the way. But they aren't currently working closely with any pro, laughing my ass off. That was back in 2019. Team Ricochet with an update on the ongoing work to combat cheating in ranked play. AI systems continue to ramp up with code optimizations to accelerate enforcements. What? Okay. Over 19,000 ranked play bans since the mode launched. Hourly sweeps to remove cheaters from the ranked play mode and leaderboard. Thanks for your patience as our team continues to fight against cheaters. Who's the team? Who are the accounts? You know, can you show Ricochet, like the AI, actually doing these sweeps? Can you show anything with what you have currently stated to prove it's not just lies and propaganda? You know what I mean? So Nadeshot says this. Very trustworthy person, I think, Nadeshot. So let's see what he has to say. Can anyone send me some screenshots of the T250 top 250 leaderboard right now? This is from November 25th, 2024. I'm not at my PC and want to confirm if this is true or not. This seems literally impossible because I have played the same cheaters since day one and not a single one has even a scratch on them. And after confirming, Nadeshot says complete propaganda. 10 names minimum in the first 3 pages were legitimately spin botting live on our streams. How could there possibly be 19,000 accounts banned when the most egregious abusers are giving us the middle finger on the leaderboard? Are we crazy? What is going on? Man, watching them lie that long, I gotta just fiddle with my fume again, just to relieve some stress. All right, so that should about wrap it up, huh? And that's just like me kind of skimming my content. If I went through every single one of my videos and found every single lie they've told over the years, The video could be like movie length long, if not more so. Maybe a two-parter. Maybe I'll put it on 2 different VHS tapes like Titanic back in the day. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know in the comments section. I've never really done a video like this before, so I hope you dug it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace. Oh yeah, and thank you again, Fume, for sponsoring this video. Check them out, guys.